Hi friends, in this lecture I'm going to share with you top 10 important international groupings which can be asked in UPSC Prelims Examination 2026. Guys, my name is Santosh Pandey. I mentor civil services aspirant particularly for the prelims examination. Guys, I have the distinction of cracking 6 out of 6 prelims. You can see some of my scorecards. So first of all, why international grouping? Guys, if you see last year in 2025 prelims examination, 3 questions were there from international grouping. Imagine 6 marks directly from international grouping. It was very easy. If you had read it, you can easily solve it. So guys, for 2026 prelims examination also, you can expect at least 2 questions from international grouping. If you go through all the important groupings which I'm going to share in this lecture, I can assure you, you will be able to answer questions which will come in the prelims 2026 examination, because whatever topic I'm suggesting is inspired from the PYQs. So let us start. So very first international grouping is PAX Silica. Guys, why? If you see recent years, the focus of UPSC is shifting towards critical minerals. Guys, you all know because of the recent trade war between America and China, there was a lot of concern regarding critical minerals because China banned the export of rare earth magnets. In this context, America has started a new initiative which is PAX Silica. PAX Silica is a US led grouping where basically they are assuring the supply chain related to artificial intelligence, basically semiconductors, electronics, critical minerals, etc. etc. Okay, so this is a US led alliance. Okay, this is a US led alliance. It is basically for AI and semiconductors, supply chain of AI and semiconductors. Okay, so you can see here that the countries which are part of it is USA, which is the leader, then Qatar, Australia, Israel, Japan, Republic of Korea, Singapore, and United Kingdom. These are the countries which are part of it. And guys, you can see here India has also signed recently. So India is also now the part of PAX Silica. Okay, so this is really very important. Very important, one of the most important topic for 2026 prelims examination, because this is from the theme of semiconductors, artificial intelligence, which is the theme which is most important for prelims nowadays. Okay, let us go to the next grouping. The next grouping is from oil. You know guys, because of the Iran war, we are seeing one of the biggest oil shocks in the history of human history. Okay, so this is one of the biggest oil shock. So whenever we are talking about oil, two groupings which will come is OPEC and OPEC plus. See, I'm going logically, I'm giving you reasons also why I believe these groupings are important for 2026 prelims examination. So because of the Israel Iran war, this OPEC group has come to the limelight. Okay, so guys, OPEC group was founded in the year 1960 with 5 countries. Founding members are also very important. So you can see Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Saudi, and Venezuela. Right now we have 12 members. These are the 12 members: Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, UAE, Saudi, Algeria, Libya, Nigeria, Gabon, Equatorial Guinea, Republic of Congo, and Venezuela. There are some countries which were part, but now they have come out of the OPEC. Which are these countries which have exited OPEC? Angola in 2024 and Qatar in 2019. This OPEC is basically headquartered in Vienna, Austria. So basically, what is the role of OPEC? They maintain the production. They maintain the production level, and through that they maintain the price. Okay, so basically production is important, because guys, oil prices in international market is dependent on supply and demand. Okay, so by changing the production level, they manipulate the prices of oil. Okay, guys, there is another grouping which is called OPEC plus. What is OPEC plus? OPEC plus is OPEC plus some of the countries like Russia, some of the countries like Russia and other major oil producers. You can see here OPEC plus basically means, okay, it's an expanded version of OPEC, which includes OPEC plus Russia, okay, plus Russia and other oil producing countries like Sudan, we have Brunei, Bahrain, Malaysia, Mexico, etc. etc. Okay, so here OPEC is important, and OPEC plus is basically Russia and some other countries, but Russia is the main thing. Okay, here keep in mind. Okay, next, guys, related to this energy theme only, there is one important grouping which is important, and that important grouping is the International Energy Agency. Guys, this I will discuss later. Okay, so International Energy Agency is an important grouping. Why? Because recently India has been trying to become full member of International Energy Agency. You know, guys, because of this oil crisis, International Energy Agency is in news. It is basically an organization which was started in the 1970s after the first oil shock. So this is also related to the theme of oil shock. Okay. So you can see here International Energy Agency is an autonomous intergovernmental organization. It is an autonomous. It is not under any international organization. It is autonomous organization within OECD framework. Within OECD framework, it is headquartered in Paris. It is headquartered in Paris, and the main role of IA Okay, IEA is what? International Energy Agency is was to basically coordinate, okay, issues on oil. Okay, particularly the disruption whenever there is a disruption of oil supply. Recently, you must have come across the news item that IEA had released some oil into the global market to ease the prices. Okay, so this is very important. So, what are the members of IEA? So, guys, right now, most of the members of IEA, which is 32 countries, they are OECD countries. They are OECD countries. So one of the criteria to become the member of IEA, International Energy Agency, is you have to be member of OECD, and you should have a strategic oil reserve. You should have a strategic oil reserve of 90 days. You know why this becomes very important? Because recently, when there was a crisis in the initial days of the Iran war, there was a lot of like issue, like how many days India has a strategy, because India also has built strategic crude oil reserves. Okay, so what is the level? Okay, some people were saying 20 days, 30 days, 70 days. Some government is saying it's for 70 days. Okay, so there are some criterias you need to fulfill in order to become the member of IEA, which is International Energy Agency. You know, guys, India imports 90% of its crude oil. Therefore, India wants to become a member of IEA. Right now, India is an associate member. Right now, India is an associate member. Okay, the last country which had become the member of IEA was Colombia in the year 2022. Okay, which is the 33rd member after becoming the OECD member in 2020. Okay, since India is not an OECD member, therefore there are some hurdles of India becoming a member of IEA. So this they can ask you what is IEA and who are the members of IEA. This is very important. Okay, so guys, before we move forward and discuss some of the important international groupings, guys, I would like to tell you that on all these important topics, I am framing question in my test series. Guys, in the last 1 month, it is very important for you to prepare important themes which have high probability to come in the prelims examination. You can see how I am linking the PYQ theme, and then only I am framing questions. I'm first selecting the topics which have relation to the PYQs, and then only I am framing questions on this topic. For example, PAX Silica, I have already framed question in my test series. Similarly, OPEC, I have already framed question in my test series. Okay. IEA also I have framed question in my test series. Okay. So moving on, guys, let us see. Okay, axis of resistance. What is axis of resistance? Axis of resistance is an grouping which is led by Iran against America and Israel. Which are the members of axis of resistance? Hezbollah in Lebanon, Hamas in Palestine, then Houthis in Yemen, okay, and some of the Shiite militia in Iraq and Syria. Okay, mainly Hezbollah and Houthis, Hezbollah and Houthis, and Hamas and Iran and Iran. Okay, Iran. Okay, and some of the Shia elements or militias of Iraq and Syria are also part of it. But these are the four most important members of the axis of resistance, okay, resistance against America and Israel, okay, led by Iran. Next is Gulf Cooperation Council. You know, guys, because of this West Asia crisis, Gulf cooperation countries are becoming very important. So there are 6 countries in Gulf Cooperation Council. Which are these 6 countries? Saudi Arabia, UAE, Qatar, Kuwait, Oman, and Bahrain. Okay, so India has a very good relationship with GCC countries. India has a lot of people who are working there as the okay diaspora, okay, and they are sending a lot of kind of remittances into India, so it becomes very very important. Recently India and Oman has signed a comprehensive economic partnership agreement, so this becomes very very important. Okay, so please do look at this. This is really very very important region, GCC, because this year we are having okay conflict in this region. So GCC countries becomes very important: Saudi Arabia, UAE, Qatar, Kuwait, Oman, and Bahrain. Okay, guys, this is the number of my team. If you want to connect with me, this is the number of my team. You can connect with me. Okay, next is the Arctic Council. Guys, because of the melting of ice in the Arctic region, okay, new sea routes are coming. So there is a lot of controversy who will control these sea routes. Okay, you must have heard about North Sea route, North Sea route. So in this context, guys, Arctic Council can also be asked. Okay, so Arctic Council right now has 8 members. We have Canada, we have Denmark, we have Finland, we have Iceland, we have Norway, we have Russia, and we have Sweden. Okay, so you can see 8 member countries are there. I have given the name of these 8 countries. Okay, so you can see such flashcards I have prepared on very important topics. Please go through this flashcard. If you want this flashcard, you can call this number. They will give you the link. You can start reading these flashcards. Next, which is important is, guys, you can see here, there are some countries in the Sahel region which are in news. Okay, for multiple reasons. If you see in 2024, they have asked question on Sahel region. So there is one grouping which is coming out of the Sahel region, Alliance for Sahel State. Basically, this is led by 4 countries, which is Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. Okay, these are the countries which are part of Alliance for Sahel State. Okay, you can see these countries recently they have decided to come out International Criminal Court also. Therefore, these countries are becoming very important. Therefore, these countries are becoming very important: Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. Mali, recently, there was a rebel attack on the Janta government by Tuareg rebel. Tuareg rebel. Okay. So you may expect a question on alliance on Sahel state. Okay. Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. Okay. Also, guys, you can also prepare ECOWAS. This is also a group which is led there only. Okay. In the Sahel region only. You can have a look at this grouping also. Next, guys, International Solar Alliance. Recently, America has decided to come out of Solar Alliance. So Solar Alliance was very important. Why Solar Alliance is important? Because India, it is an India-led alliance. You know, guys, Solar Alliance was set up in 2015 under the leadership of India and I think France. India and France, they had okay started this initiative. The idea was to help countries, particularly in Asia, Africa, to basically generate solar power. You know, guys, because of climate change, the world is moving towards more and more renewable energy. Okay, so this is unique. Why this is unique? Because this is one initiative which is headquartered in India. You can see Gurugram, Haryana, India. Gurugram, Haryana, India. This is very very important. So recently America has opted out of it. Previously this was only available to tropical countries. Now this is open to all the UN members. Now the membership is open to all the UN members. So this is completing 10 years. Okay, International Solar Alliance. So you can expect question on International Solar Alliance. You can see this initiative, One Sun, One Grid. Okay. Next important alliance is Global Biofuel Alliance. This alliance also is led by India. Okay. So this was started in 2023 at the G20 summit in the New Delhi. The major countries which were the founding members of this alliance was India, USA, Brazil, Italy, Argentina, Singapore, Bangladesh, Mauritius, UAE. Okay, these were the countries. Okay, these were the countries. Biofuel alliance. Why this is also important? Because, guys, because we are moving away from fossil fuel. We are moving away from fossil fuel. So one of the alternative is biofuel. Okay, so biofuel, government is focusing on biofuel. So you can expect in 2026 prelims examination question on biofuel. Okay, so this is International Biofuel Alliance. So this is very important. So you can go through right now. Many countries have become part of it. You can see eight G20 countries, okay, have become part of it. Then some of the invitee countries also became part of it. So go through the number of countries which have become part of it. You can also go through some of the schemes which government of India has launched for biofuel. You can see PM G1, okay, Satat and Govardhan. These are the three schemes which government of India has launched for biofuels. Okay, PMG1 Yojana is very very important. You can expect question on that. Satat compressed biogas. Okay, this is very important for transport, and Govardhan is basically for waste management and biogas generation. Okay, so these three schemes are also very, very important for 2026 prelims examination. I have a firm belief that out of these three schemes, one scheme will definitely come. Either Satat, either Govardhan or PMG1. PMG1 is basically giving financial assistance to set up this biofuel plants. Okay, so please go through that. Next initiative is 5I initiative. This is very important. Okay, 5I initiative. This is a basically a multilateral intelligence sharing network between five countries. Which are these five countries? We have Australia, Canada, New Zealand, UK, and US. These are the five countries. So India is signing a treaty with these five countries individually. So this 5I is in news for many times in the last 2 3 years. So you may expect a question on 5I. So remember, the 5I is basically a multilateral intelligence sharing network which our basically membership is Australia, Canada, New Zealand, UK, and United States. This is very, very important. Then you can also refer to E3. E3 is a grouping which is three European countries, France, Germany, and UK. Then, guys, India Africa Forum Summit. You know, guys, after so many years, India is going to okay have a summit of India Africa Forum Summit in okay New Delhi in May 2026. Okay, so next month we are going to have this. So India Africa Summit was started in 2008. Till now, three African summit has happened. This will be the fourth African summit. Okay, so this is very very important because any summit which happens okay becomes very important. So this can also be expected in the prelims examination. Next, guys, India EU free trade agreement. In this context, EU becomes a very important topic, European Union. So they can ask you which are the members of European Union. You can see 27 countries are member of European Union. You can go through these names. I have given all these names. There are also questions we can expect on European Union governance structure. What is European Council? What is European Parliament? What is European Central Bank? What is Council of European Union? What is European Commission? Okay, so go through this, the entire structure of European Union, and members are very important. 27 countries are member of European Union. This is really very, very important. You can see Austria, Belgium, Bulgaria, Croatia, Cyprus, Czech Republic, Denmark, Estonia, okay, Finland, France, Germany, Greece, Hungary, Ireland, Italy, Latvia, Lithuania, Luxembourg, Malta, Netherlands, Poland, Portugal, Romania, Slovakia, Slovenia, Spain, and Sweden. Okay. Then there are few things which are related to this European Union, but not exactly European Union. One is European Economic Area. What is European Economic Area? 27 EU member countries plus Iceland plus Liechtenstein plus Norway. Okay. So 30 countries are member of European Economic Area, 27 EU member countries, then Iceland, Liechtenstein, and Norway. Then there is EEFTA countries. What is EEFTA countries? European Free Trade Association. India has signed an FTA with this country, this grouping. So this becomes very important. European Free Trade Association. Which are the countries? Iceland, Liechtenstein, Norway, and Switzerland. Iceland, Liechtenstein, Norway, and Switzerland. Then there is something called Schengen Area. What is Schengen Area? This is having 29 countries, 23 EU countries, 4 EFTA countries, and there are some other countries also. These are the countries. You can go through it. Okay, so this can be also a question which can be asked. Okay, what is Schengen Area? What is the difference between Schengen Area, EEFTA, and 30 European Economic Area? Okay, so what is difference between European Union, European Economic Area, and Schengen Area? They can ask you. Okay, it has 29 countries, it has 30 countries, and European Union has 27 countries. Okay, you can expect a question on that. So like this, guys, I have prepared flashcards on most important topics for the prelims examination. Please access these flashcards, and you can also go through my important questions. You can just again, let's see. Okay, these are the important questions which I have made for 2026 prelims examination. Make use of this. This is really very, very important. Please do consider liking this video and sharing this video with your friends who are preparing for 2026 prelims examination. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care.